All right, fam, it is Sunday, April 7th. It is time to train back in arms again. I've been very critical of myself over these last few weeks, over the last month, about the changes I need to make to my physique, and I see where I need to make improvements on my back. So today I'm going to prioritize those areas. One of them being, I want to bring up my lower back. My erectors are super thick. They go all the way down. But in some of my back poses, I look empty at the bottom. So I definitely want to bring that back up. Now, my lower back was extremely developed and still is very developed from the extensive use of very heavy pulls off the ground earlier in my bodybuilding lifting career. However, the times have changed and I want more stimulation with less fatigue. So I'm gonna go about that a different way. And what I mean is, nowadays, if I had spent, 2 or 3 months with deadlifting in my program, I would be strong enough that that max effort set of deadlifts would wreck the rest of my workout. I mean, it just would. If you've been there, you know. One really, really heavy set of deadlifts at max effort is gonna sap you for everything you got. You could pretty much go home. You guys have seen us do that Cybex leg, that squat press, super deep, 9, 10 plates on each side. And we're wanting to throw up after the first set, so much so that it, it's definitely affecting the rest of the workout. So what I wanna do is find out ways to get the stimulus I'm looking for without all that fatigue. So I've got lower back. Next is gonna be my traps, okay? For myself, having a back that is so thick, it's deep. I mean, it hangs off the side of me, just freaking hangs off the back, hangs off the side. The lats are so big, the teres minor and major is so developed. All of that on the outside, I need to equal it with what's in the middle. So I really need to get my traps to grow. I need them to stand off of my rear delts or, create that much more of a valley and separation. I need the bottom of my traps to develop thickness so that they create more depth in the back. I don't want to look flat from behind being so broad and well developed. So we're going to utilize the Kelso shrug, which is just a much more efficient shrug that actually aligns with the mechanics of the body. So instead of pulling up here, we're gonna be a little bit bent over and we're gonna be rowing with the scapula. And that's actually gonna stimulate the traps. So we're gonna do that. And then I think we'll just use that nitro pull down. So we're gonna tackle back first and then we'll move on to arms. Now, arms was the priority, but I find that, since I'm blasting again and all the other stuff is in play, that I'm able to use a lot more frequency on my arms. So I've been doing a couple extra sets on other training days. So I want to see how this goes. Since I won't have a bunch of rowing movements, I don't think it's going to impede, what I'll be doing for my arms. So all that being said, I'm going to go warm up and we'll catch you guys over there. All right, so looks like this machine is exactly what I was looking for. So I trained legs on Thursday and my glutes, hamstrings, adductors are fried. I didn't get to record that workout, but it was nasty. And I'll definitely be bringing some of the things I used. I'll be keeping those and taking them with me. So here, I wanted to check this machine out. It didn't feel heavy, but it's definitely just hitting my lower back how I want. My lats are being engaged at the top. You definitely feel those as well. But this is what I needed to get the job done. So I'll start here and then I'll systematically work through those other parts, I'll go from here, I'll go to traps, and then I'll train my lats with a good heavy row, and we'll move on to arms. The only thing about this machine is I don't know, I'll probably have to exceed the rep range. It doesn't go too terribly heavy, but gonna go heavier. Probably just gonna max this damn thing out. And if I need to, I'll get a gym pin and add some extra weight to it, but this feels fantastic. I'm really not feeling a terrible bit in my glutes. Slightly in my hamstrings, you know, that's something I need to stretch where they tie in behind my knee, but it's not gonna hinder me. I'm gonna get what I want out of this for sure. This is pretty cool little machine. It says it's for rehab advantage, but it also says it's a lower back unit. And I wanna be a lower back unit. So I'm gonna use this unit. There we go, right there, that's the stroke. Oh. Do a little rest pause. I kind of was doing a little bit of adjusting. It was a little tighter behind my my knees than I'd like it to be, so I'm gonna need to move the pad up a little bit. Oh, dude, my lower back is lit. Wow, I didn't realize pump is unreal. Feels like I took 100 milligrams of GNC pro hormones. Dang. Wow. Dude. That's something else. This was great. I didn't have to worry about, you know, my cardio being the limiting factor. If I'd have been ripping some gnarly deads off the floor, yeah, my lower back would have got torched. But there would have been so much fatigue everywhere else. And all of those other places on the body wouldn't have been at proximity to failure because that weak link would have given out first. So with this, I was able to just torch my lower back and not generate a lot of fatigue. But holy smokes, it is pumped to the gills, right above my hips, right above my glutes. I can feel it going up the spine. It's very good, very satisfying. That was a good idea. Oh, I'm gonna be walking funny. Good stuff. Okay, so this is the Kelso shrug. All of my clients are reporting, you know, growth in the traps, and they say despite having no direct trap work. But the truth is that in a low angled row, you are in that position. When you're retracting the scapula, you have engaged the trap there, and then you're finishing off the rest of it with the lat. So a low angle row is gonna be adequate. But I wanna take it a step further, and I just wanna use the trap portion of that. So again, and this is actually some stuff I learned from Paul Carter, so credit to where credit is due. But they were looking at cadavers, so they took apart dead bodies. I'm listening to Cannibal Corpse. So they took apart dead bodies and they looked at the way that the fibers of the traps ran. And they ran at a diagonal plane like this, not an up and down plane. So in order to properly engage the trap, you wanna be slightly bent over, not here. That's not gonna do it. That does it, right there. So I'm gonna use this machine standing, and I'm gonna try to replicate that using as little of my arms as possible. So let's see how that looks. I'm gonna take the mic off. Excuse me being so nasally, guys. I don't know what's up with that. Oh. So I can feel where I've got some kind of imbalance in my back. My right side definitely is like, it feels like it's contracting harder or there's some sort of impingement in it. Oh, but you know, hey, I'm getting my stuff worked on. Now that I've made a little money, I started doing body work again. I had a session last week, you know, and the goal for the body work is to try to repath that ulnar nerve so I can get rid of that stuff in there. I need extensive work done on all my tendons, you know, connecting my scapular area and my yoke and clavicles. So especially where the chest ties into the shoulder, underneath, both sides need a lot of work. So I want to get all that work done so that this top will loosen up. And when it's loosened up and it's not tight all the time, it's going to grow better. And that's the goal. That's what I'm shooting for. I can already see those lines getting a little deeper just from warming up, which is great. I'll change the angle up a little bit for you guys. It didn't seem like it didn't look very good from where it was at. So, gonna change the angle up for you guys. See if this looks any better. Maybe give you a little bit better idea of what's going on here. So I'm gonna lean over, chest supported. Yeah, feels good. Feels good. That trap where it ties in behind the rear delt back there, that rotator cuff area is tight. It's just scar tissue most likely. I've had a lot built up there over the years, had it broken up, had it worked on, but that's something I wasn't able to get down to, you know, wasn't able to get around to that and get it taken care of, but now I can. All right, guys, take 3. See if this looks any better, but I busted out the straps. Again, I don't want to fatigue my grip. I want my arms just to be hooks. I want the weight to be attached to my wrist just to give me as little fatigue as possible. So only thing here is I'm a short-armed fool, so I may not be able to rig these straps up at 100%. I have to hold one and rig the other. Nah, that's not gonna work. Unless, I shouldn't be filming this, I should have figured this out. No, I'm too broad to fit in between the seat and the machine, so. It's like I'm just gonna have to horse cock it. Horse cocking it. Oh. Yep, I'm too short for this. Probably went a little further on that warm-up than I should have, but I'll go up another plate. I will say that my lower back is still torched. It's like very, very pumped, very warm. Here, up a little further, which is good. It's exactly what I wanted. I may do these single arm. I'm debating whether doing them single arm or not, so that I don't have to cave my chest in to try to reach my short arms and grab the second handle. Frog it. Maybe if I grab them both here and then stand up with them, maybe. Oh God. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, I couldn't retract my scapula anymore. It wouldn't go back. If anything, I would have been, if I'd have tried to get farther, I would have just been rowing it. And that's not what I was trying to do, right? I wasn't trying to do a low row. I'm trying to do a shrug variation, so 5 or 6 reps, whatever. This shit was gruesome. I'm sweating. Then again, we keep it hot in the muscle, which I like. All right, on to the row. And you got to know when to hold on, know when to fold on, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Ooh. Yeah, buddy. Everything that's left right here. The lower back stimulated, the traps pumped, and just that void in the middle, that void, that big empty space I got in between the two. So the reason I was singing Kenny Rogers the Gambler, I was thinking as I was getting ready and getting set up for this movement, the show I took second place in last year, that was the 2 weeks before I won the heavyweights and the overall title at the Kukla Classic. That show is repeating in 8 weeks, and part of me wants to go back over there so bad and redeem myself and show up and in one way or another tell everybody I should have won last time. But you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to walk away. And instead of jumping into an 8-week diet, busting my ass to get peeled, getting on the contest prep drugs and all that shit to compete in a show that in the grand scheme of things doesn't really matter. No, I need to maintain the course I'm at. I need to keep being more disciplined and more disciplined. We just ordered a spin bike for the house, so I'll be able to do cardio in the mornings and in the evenings, you know, stimulate my metabolism, help my food digest better, you know, get my cardiovascular system in better shape because it definitely has faltered. But, you know, I need to spend time growing. I was injured when I won the Kuklo. I had a long time recovering from the bicep. You know, I've got that nerve damage in that arm, which is affecting my chest. I need all this body work done. And when I get that done, I'll be in a better position to grow even more and grow better and develop my physique and fine tune it, which is what we're trying to do every time we come in here, you know? And as much as it would be cool to get bone dry again and get shredded and see the improvements I put on my arms, see the improvements I put on my legs, you know, see those extra pounds of tissue that I even added despite the bad circumstances. It'll slow down everything just to have that title, you know, and I always wanted that title of Mr. Louisiana. It's always a dream of mine. I've missed it twice with second places. And, you know, in tight seconds, some people say I won. Others say I didn't, but they were close. And that hurts the most. I really wanted that. Really wanted that title, but what if I just show up in 2025? You know, a total 10 pounds more muscle or something absurd. You know, I just got to know when to push and when to step back. And despite wanting to go and have that redemption and get back on the grind, because I was talking to Seth about this, but there's something to be said when you have a date, when you have a specific day that you got to show up. You take everything a lot more seriously than, you know, than just an off season or trying to just make improvements. It's like, no, you have a day. You can't miss the beat on a single day or it's going to affect your showing. Yeah, we're all supposed to be serious in the off season, but I got a life. You know, I'm just not as good of a bodybuilder as these other guys in the off season. Now, when the prep comes, I wouldn't think that I'm outworked. I wouldn't say that I am. If I would work any harder, it would be to my detriment. And that's what makes me better than a lot of my competition. Is that I don't work in spite of myself. But I digress. As much as I want that satisfaction, that temporary short-term satisfaction of going back and redeeming myself and liking the way I look in the mirror way more, there's a lot more work that needs to be done. So I'm going to focus on that. Wow, I was reviewing the footage. My voice is angelic. Your boy can sing. Now, I was way more impressed by how my back looked. Holy smokes, dudes. I got a big, nasty back. Big, nasty delts. So today, technique will be a little different upon a recommendation from a guy you may have heard of, Ross Flanagan Gaines. Yeah, I think he was last year's New York Pro winner. Ross is an insane bodybuilder. He's amazing. He put a post up about pull downs, about single arm pull downs, and you know me, I had to send him mine and see what he thought. And he thought that I should just keep that supinated position. He likes the underhand pull down. Very Mincer-esque of him. So instead of doing the supination like I've been doing, I'm going to try to keep it torqued. Here we go. Ladies and gents. Oh. So what I did notice is maintaining the supinated position. I could definitely feel it in the front too. You know, where things are in a bind when I'm coming up in front of me. And that may be a good thing. That was nasty. I liked it. It was hard. Hard and nasty. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's the man himself. It's the man himself. That's the man who put all this together. Oh. All right, guys. We're going to train arms now. All right, let's see if we can keep the progression going. So that was last workout was at the end, 8 reps of 60. Got 60 pounds on it again. I'm going to go for 9. You know what? I'm going to start with my left arm because prioritization matters, right? Kick on the music. Yeah, that was 8 plus 1, so I call that a win, baby. On the weak arm, let's do it on the strong arm. Oh. Oh, that was blood and guts right there. All right, that's a win. Keep the ball rolling, on to the next one. This thing right here is an absolute beast if you use it the right way. For a while there, I was doing it single arm, but it's just so much nastier to me with both arms forward, doing it bilaterally. And one thing that stands out to me is in that training session, in Dorian Yates' first training session with Mike Mincer, they used the first gen version of this machine, and they did 1 set of bicep curls with a static hold. And Dorian said he swore his biceps grew from that one workout. All that to say, what I feel the strongest on this machine is that contracted position. Strongest one I've ever felt on any bicep machine. So I want to progressively load that stimulus. You know what? I'm going to go at 90. I I think I may have did 100 last time, but I want to go at 90 for a little bit higher reps. Take off the mic. Oh. I must have used a lighter weight last time. Yeah, I probably did 80. We're gonna rest pause it. Call that 5. Go to 15. Oh, they burn. So instead of a rest pause with reps, I just did a static hold and my arms are nuked. That was insane. As they say, grab life by the balls. I'm gonna be grabbing this cable stack ball. A 20 kilogram ball. Do some hand curls with it. That's what I did last time. Just going to try to exceed the reps while we walk the weight on this. As long as it's solid, I'm going to start off with the left hand, the problem hand, the problem child. This is the problem child. And I did 20 last time? Damn. I don't think I'm doing this time. I think I'm just too tired for back. No way, dude. It ain't happening today. I think maybe that rest pause, static hold, maybe it took more out of me than I thought. That's okay. And this is way into the workout today. That's crazy. All right. Yeah, I learned this from some influencer or another. But I kept seeing these straps being used and I realized we had them. They're pretty damn good for push downs. I tried jumping right into my top section. That was really cool. A little achy. I felt it when I was doing the underhand pull downs in there. I'm just going to try to run on something light real quick. If I tuck my wrists in and I push, I feel it in that elbow. I try to keep my Just realized I did the last few sets without my mic, so that's pretty funny. But maybe Eric will just edit out my dumbass talking and you'll just see me lift. Anyhow, here's the top set. Oh, it's gonna be heavy. Oh gosh. I'll rest pause it. Make sure. I'm gonna be dizzy. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm just gonna do a weighted stretch. A la Dante Trudel. I'm working my way into these before going for 30 seconds to a minute on them. It's a technique I want to try, something I haven't done before, but I could feel my triceps rippling, spazzing, the fibers just going crazy after hitting a set to failure like that and just pulling them apart. I'd say they got a good pump. Not that that even matters, but if that's your thing, you can definitely get one. All right, yeah, one set of triceps, all I want to go through today with that weighted stretch at the end. But again, we're doing extra sets on other days, so that's cool. I like the layout of today's workout. I really feel like I got some direct work on some areas I want to improve. I think I'll keep that up. I think I'll keep that in the mix for myself for 8 weeks and assess, what's changed. Same thing with the arms, how I've been doing them. And I'll start implementing the new stuff for legs, which seems to be hitting that adductor area and my quads even harder. It is a Tom Platz-esque hack squat, which I'll show you guys the next time I train legs. Whew. I was gonna pose, but my arms are too pumped to do any front double stuff. Because I want to always show how my arms are getting better, but when they're pumped, my biceps don't have any separation. And they just look smaller because there's no lines. Oh, did that look cool? Did I look classy? I know you guys want to see the back. Just kidding, I want to see the back. I want to be disappointed in myself. That's what I want. I want more self-loathing to inspire me to greater depths, or rather greater heights. Depths would imply that I'm going down. See, that's with no cardio. So when I talked about that show coming up, you know, I'm able to maintain this conditioning with no cardio, peanut butter and jelly, goat milk every night, or almond butter and jelly, goat milk every night. You know, eating out a few times a week. So like, man, if I just got a piece of cardio equipment at my house, and did cardio twice a day, and dieted, man, in 8 weeks, I could show up and steal the show. But you know what? We're not doing that. We're going to focus on getting better. I don't know how that looked. Probably not good. I feel like my back holds a lot of water and fat, and it being so big, it just looks like a big, great big mess. And then when you've got erectors that stick off of your back, what I mean is those bad boys right there, when they stick off of my back further than my lats do, shit just looks pretty weird. Oh wait. Juicy.